That's just a different shape of your money, right? But what about your investments?
Oh, my investments. Oh, dude, look, I was gonna get a house this year, but I'm so confident that Bitcoin is gonna come back, right? I'm shorting it right now. So confident it's gonna hit 40. It's gonna skyrocket up.
Bitcoin's gonna hit mid. I mean, so far all the predictors are saying it's gonna hit mid. So
what?
I don't know about it like breaking the bank. Like I think the boom is too late.
No, I know.
But are Bitcoins really assets?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a Ponzi scheme, right?
They're not. If you want to own property, like if you want to buy some real estate, which is what I recommend you do.
It doesn't make sense to buy real estate like right now, right? I think that we're about to have like a big issue in the housing market. Yes. Everything's about to be on fucking sale, right? So I was gonna get a house this year, right? Like this year.
No. It's been a buyer's market for the last 3 years. It's still a buyer's market now.
Yes, but the problem is getting worse. So if you look at the market, forget what's the biggest builder in America, right? Like people who buy land and project. The amount of margin they're making out of it is just getting smaller and smaller. It's getting close to like the red, which is like 2008, 2014 territory.
No, it isn't. No, not at all.
No, like on like the margin that they make out of those buildings, right? I'm saying the red is like the time that they've been in the red has been in those periods of time. So right now,
are you talking about commercial real estate?
No, not commercial. Like the people who like go build houses, like they'll buy the land, they'll make a whole neighborhood, and they'll sell their house. So in the South, you have like right now in Florida, you're having these houses that are being built in decent locations, right? And they get an equivalent locations just as good, same square footage, right? It's just the house is older. The seller there is asking for more than what new construction is worth, right? The reason why they're discounting it that much is they need to stay liquid, right?
No, that's actually been the situation for the last 30 years in America. New home constructors. That's actually how they make level, because they don't have any wear and tear on their mechanics or the build, right? So I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what. No, I can't.
Yeah, but my bad. I'm driving. Breaking up.
Oh, yeah, you're breaking up a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, look, I'm saying the sellers right there. Like I live in Louisiana, right? I have my in-laws in Pittsburgh, and people are like what they're asking for house. Just like it's like they think that we're supposed to keep on going past 2022, right? Summer, it should just be up from there, right? So have record low volume, right? I think it's December 2025. So you have you broke a record the amount of terminated mortgages, it was last year too. I was looking for the beginning of the year, right? Not in Knoxville. I want to move to Berryville, right? Which is a little bit outside of Knoxville. Surprisingly, these houses keep on getting done, right? I already see that in Louisiana properties. I was looking let's see if I can find a cheap duplex here. Wait, the price is going down substantially for 3 or 5. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be the best investment. Maybe unless my exit's down, I switch them.
Well, you were kind of cutting in and out, but from where I stand, if you're investing, right, the large mortgage-backed securities of real estate lending is still always performing over 3%, right? There are other investment routes that perform higher, but they're subject to inflation and deflation. Real estate is still the safest. This is what backs 401ks and IRAs, is large pools of real estate lending.
You okay? Hear me? Is it better?
If I was looking to invest in, I mean, Inky, you could like take my approach. I just buy like I buy lots, and so what I do is I buy a lot for like 100K or 200K, and I sit on it, and then I wait a year, and then turn around and sell it for whatever the builder wants to buy it at, which is usually 50K more or 100K more than what I paid for it, and then I just go ahead and invest in another like 100, I don't know, $90,000 lot, and they're all building these like crazy subdivisions. So I just kind of been playing that short shoot because all these subdivisions are like they're just building them out of nowhere. It's making money, like it's crazy. Like I hate to tell you, but I sold 5 lots in the past week, and I didn't think on it.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
There you go.
Wealth in America is not this like Bitcoin or whatever. It's real estate. This is why all these Uber companies try to own the land that they work on. Because real estate is taxable in the locality for the state. And it becomes a performing asset for the entity who owns it.
Yeah, like I do think that real estate is like a better investment. I like thoughts on it's like less volatility. I think that I think that the opportunity to get Bitcoin is this price is I don't think it's gonna happen again. Right? I don't think that the next market of Bitcoin is going to get 40K. Right?
Dude, you're not coming through. You're digitized.
Better done.
No, your mic's not coming through.
Inkin, you're in a dead spot
right there.
You're
Is it better now?
choppy.
Yeah.
Now it's better.
Okay, yeah. So I said, like, it's not that I think that Bitcoin's like a better investment than real estate. I think that real estate holds its value. It's an actual, like, physical asset. It's not speculative, right? Like, I agree, right? But I don't think that the opportunity to buy Bitcoin at 40,000 or 44,000 is going to present itself again, right? I don't think that like Bitcoin.
You had 50,000 to invest.
Dude, what do you have when you buy it? So here's the thing with real estate: when you buy it, you actually have a plot of land. With Bitcoin, you don't. You don't actually have anything. So that valuation can. I hope you're lucky you like pull out when you have some gains, but Bitcoin isn't.
You can't leverage it.
Grounded.
You can't use it as an asset.
You can. It is an asset. It is an asset.
But
it is just not the same as real estate.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
the same.
no, I agree, right? But like, I think. Okay, so I think that the window to buy Bitcoin at 40,000 versus the window to get a good deal on like a house, right? I think the window is a bit longer for the house than it is for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Why are you buying a house? Like, why not just buy the plots of lands in the subdivisions that they're building and then just flip them? You get.
Oh no, it's the same idea. No, you're right, Viking. It's the same idea. He just doesn't. He's saying the same thing. Why don't you buy land, right? whether it's a house or a subdivision.
But
Why would I choose here? Let me ask everybody this question: why would I choose to invest in a crypto coin when I can actually invest in a plot of land? Why would I do that?
There's
Return on
no reason to
investment.
do that.
It could be that. Okay, so
So, like, Adrian, I can tell you, like, I look at where the suburbs are popping, like, where all these, like, latte fucking sucking
New construction.
Yep, $200,000, $300,000 homes.
They're putting their trunk in the lines.
Yep, and where they're building those, like, fucking interior infrastructure. So, like,
Yep.
oh, hey, you're laying cable. All right, so you're building it here. All right, I'll buy it at $100,000 when you first start the first shovel. All right, great. Then I turn around and I'm like, all right, 6 months later,
$650,000 loan for new construction.
You got it. And then I turn.
Dude, I work at a bank. We're the top 10 new construction lender in the United States. We do this every day.
Yeah, then I have yet to buy a parcel of land, Lincoln. I don't pay cash for it. Like, it all comes from my investments. Nothing comes out of my portfolio. Nothing comes out of my savings. Like, all that cash, and I usually roll things over. I just buy more. I'm like, all right, I'll buy this, I'll buy that. I just constantly sell it. I'm just trading land. 1.5 acre lots. I trade them on a daily basis, almost weekly. Because,
good for you, man. Good for you. Because you're the guys we deal with.
Yeah, right? Like, you guys are so easy to work with. You're like, yep, like, right this.
We want to build a house. We'll buy it. We'll purchase your fee. We will straight up finance your fee. You're done. Here's the plans and specs. You're already out of the picture because you got paid.
Yeah, I'm done. Like, and then I'm buying the next plot, and you guys are like, oh, you're fucking dead.
Market value, 80,000. No, it's owned. 120,000.
Yep.
Okay. Write 120,000 into our builder approval. Put it into our underwriting. And we do it at 120,000, and you made 40,000 because you just owned the land before we did the loan.
Yeah, I'm like,
brother, that's fucking brilliant,
right? Like, it's never failed me in like 20 years. I've just always done it, and it's been my investment portfolio. Like,
dude,
I just buy
the one thing you don't know, you're not as bad as the oil industry, because they do the same thing.
Yep,
and they kill us.
Yeah, I know. Like,
you're just trying to get like 10 or 20%.
Yep.
They're trying to get 60%.
Yeah, the oil industry gets like fucking.
They
like
think that every parcel of land they sit on is worth gold.
No. And here's the crazy part. Like, a long time ago, when I saw all these subdivisions being built, like, 200,000, and I looked and it was just like trees.
Yep.
First thing I do is clear cut the trees. I'm like, you know what? I'll take care of the trees and the brush. I sell the timber off. I make my profit off that. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 15, and I sell that shit off. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, here you go. Here's the land. It's already clear cut. Write the price up. And I break out 50K off of it on average.
Yes, you do. You do. I mean, I tell you, the difference, we are a very big construction lender. The difference between developed land and undeveloped land is at least $30,000.
Yeah. And you don't
just to be ready to build land is a $30,000 offset.
Yeah. And I don't know why people don't do this more, because I'm like, you're investing in XRP. Like, okay, but your return is on nothing. And I have land. Like, at the least I can sit there and hold the land. And I don't have to worry about it.
No, I agree with you completely. I don't know why people invest on blackjack. Bitcoin is fucking blackjack.
Yes.
All these other things, you're riding the wave, but everybody thinks they're eternal. Everybody thinks that their decision on investments is going to last them their life, and that's not the case.
Nope. That's why land always won out for me. And
Since 1949,
yeah,
real estate has increased 3%. You can guarantee 3% increase
correct.
on real estate investment.
I have never lost on a real estate investment. The only time I've lost is on stocks, on fucking other commodities.
Yep.
But never real estate. I never lose on real estate.
You can't. Real estate's the backbone of everybody's 401ks.
Yep. And this
mortgage-backed securities.
Yep. And all you have to do is just find out where they're going to build a subdivision, buy the plot of land, and then turn around and wait for the developer to come. Hey, I'd like to buy your land. Here, I'll sell it. I'll buy it from you for this.
Right, well, that's different. That's just you. That's different. That's just you grinding. That's a special skill. I'm talking about you get 3%. You get 3% if you just buy a house or you just refinance a house. You get 3% return. You're talking about a little bit of like jumping. You're shorting the stock.
I know, right? I'm an asshole.
No, I don't think you're an asshole. I think that's fair because the banks don't care about the land. They don't. They want to put an improvement on the land that they can lien.
But my favorite part is like everybody talks about how many people lost on Bitcoin. Like a shit ton of y'all. I didn't.
Dude, they're all gonna lose.
Yeah, I'm not losing because I still have the land. You're still buying the homes, and
the land exists. Bitcoin doesn't exist.
There's nothing there, and you can't top me because you know what? Mine might be a little bit slower. I'm not making $140,000 on some weird trade aspect on Reddit.
But you're churning.
Yep, I am.
Yes, sir. That's how you get real wealth.
Yep. Right now,
and no one can undercut you.
Yep, and I have land in 7 states right now. Beat that.
We would have to back channel do some work.
Well, like I just keep looking at lots that are developing around. Like I watch the cities. Whoever's growing, I just kind of look at their populations. Where are you moving to? Oh, you're moving here. Oh, new subdivision over here. You're building a lake here. Yep, there's going to be houses here. Let me buy this tract of land. And I just buy small acres. It's not a big investment, but I've learned that 1.5 is like the perfect size to buy because it seems to be the average home. You know what I mean? So if I buy 1.5, maybe 3. I make out every fucking time. I don't have to worry about it. And I don't have to spend a fortune to go ahead and get that.
You don't because, again, I'm a huge construction lender. We would pay you outright.
Yep.
It's part of the cost for construction. You get paid no matter what. We're only worried about building the house.
Yep.
So you get paid for, that's brilliant, man.
Yeah, I just sit back. It's my daughters have like fucking massive tracts, and I'm like, eventually we'll sell it all off. I don't worry about it. Like I'm laughing at these guys like Concrete Lion and all these guys sitting in this room. They're just like, oh well, you need to invest here, and I'm like, yeah, I just buy up 1.5 acres. I'll buy it here. I own property in Florida. I've never been to, that's a lie. I've been to Florida twice. I have never seen my own property. Most of these I have never seen. I have a picture. There's a sign up in front of it. It says, welcome, blah, blah, blah. But the builders are like, hey, we want to build here. We want to put a house up. What does it take to buy you out? I'll be like, give me 1/3 of the value. Okay, done, over with. Sounds good. I'll buy the next plot. They come in and I say, buy me half out. I just keep pushing it up and up. And then I just pocket the cash, invest it over, roll it over.
You're turning assets.
Yeah.
What about when it comes to fixer-uppers?
No, he doesn't care. He's only
for example, I was really looking into this. Someone told me about, you should look into upstate New York. There's a whole bunch of empty fixer-uppers that are completely empty. The land is on a lot of acres.
Same in San
It's
Francisco.
under 20,000.
I wouldn't buy the house. I don't want to do it fix. Like, I'm not about that. I'm not going in to develop it. I want somebody to buy me out to develop it. Like, I could give a shit less what's on it.
What do you mean
What
by
I want.
that?
Well,
buy
and no, the difference is like from New York to what Vikings talking about is that is a ploy in a lot of big cities. Someone will bottom level sell you a property, and if you can do the work to make it profitable, you do the work.
To be honest, I don't think they're selling the property. I think they're just selling the land and, like, the land that the house is on. And they're
There's
like,
no
yeah,
land to sell in New York.
not the land, but like it's like that house, right? It's a fixer upper. It's a fucked up cabin in the woods, right? And
Oh no,
you know what I mean? That's a no-no.
No.
Yeah, so if I get, like if someone ever says it gives you a situation where like, hey, I want you to make this property better, you need to write in your side, I will make this property better if I have either at least partial ownership of the land, not the property, the land.
That's
Or else you are the same as the garbage man.
okay. What if I wanted to buy this fixer upper in upstate New York, fix it up, make it look nice, and then put it on like a vacation cabin or something for people who like hiking or doing the wilderness shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's great. If I'm a banker, right? So I'm your banker. You come to me and say, I want to get this property because I want to rehabilitate it. I want to revitalize it. I want to make it for this group of people to do this thing. We're going to do what's called a business analysis. And this is where I would tell you, if you buy it, the land and the property as it is equitable enough for you to pursue a business venture. That's how it actually works, right? So if you want to buy a Airbnb and you want to it's even though it's decrepit and you want to turn it into this thing, it has to make money. It has to make sense for a lender to supply the money for you to do that, unless you have independent financing. Right? But you could. We do it all the time. We really do this all the time.
Though that's just like a shit ton of work that I don't want to do. Like, I like
it is.
Fixer, like,
and here it is. And Viking, to your point, here's what we have to do. We'll agree with your plans and concepts. We'll give you a draw amount, say $500,000. We'll give you $500,000 that you can draw on. What happens every time you draw? We send an inspector to make sure that the money you drew actually performed what you said you would draw for.
Now, when you say $500,000, right? Because I've looked at some of these properties on Zillow, and I'm talking about you see some for 15, 20, 30,000, 40,000. So if I was to buy that property for 40,000, and you're giving me a 500,000, I would make that cabin look like fucking a ski resort.
It's not about making the cabin look like it's a resort.
Yeah.
It's about making the customers come in and spend a fortune.
It's about underwriting.
Yeah.
I'm just like you. I can't read.
But I mean, we could finance. Here's what happens. This happens all the time. Someone they have an idea, and they have that first part. I'm going to buy this property. I want to buy this property for whatever this situation is. We approve that.
Yep.
And we help them buy the property. And then they submit the business plan for what they're going to do with that property for the second loan. That's a separate loan. That's a business loan. A separate interest, separate. Usually they're They're not 30-year. They're 12-year or 5-year or 8-year. And then they submit the business plan, and we say no. That business plan does not warrant underwriting, even though we just closed you on the purchase of it because that worked. The business side of it doesn't. So you have to have a business plan, and this is how America works, right? If you don't have enough assets to fund your idea, you have to apply for a business loan. And you have to find a creditor who will give you that line of credit based on your business plan. Right? This is why, again, I say real estate by itself is the best investment because you don't need a business plan. You just have to have the ability to purchase. And real estate always appreciates in America.
Yep. And hence why I don't put that much work into it. I just buy plots and subdivisions and then turn around and I'll take 50K off of that. Be like, all right, I'm good.
Now,
like,
now Viking, the question, are you buying like within the major cities, or is it kind of outside in the rural areas?
No, it's like right on the cusp of the cities.
He's just reading the room. In the suburbs that are blowing up. And the funny part is, I think Viking, I'm going to start doing what you're doing. Whenever large cities like Chicago is expanding into Algonquin and St. Charles and a bunch of areas, what they do is they submit power things and they do this thing and they plat. And they plat a bunch of room for new developments before they have any funding. And if you have that plat, you can buy up acre lots before they actually start, and then they have to buy those lots from you. That's what Viking's doing. He's shorting the build out.
Yes, I am.
Yes, he is. He knows where the new developments are going to go in, and before they actually figure out their finances, because these are large companies, before they actually figure out that what they do is start chopping it up, Viking goes there and says, I'll just buy a couple of these plots that I know are right in the way of their next development, and then I'll sell them to you at a premium. Brilliant. That's fucking brilliant.
How do you get that information? Is it,
dude? It happened.
How do you know where they're developing or where they're trying to develop?
Oh,
your county. Everyone of you can. Yes, your county board.
Council. All you have to do is pay attention to your local, so if you go to
get on their email list. Get on their email list. You will get their emails, and you will say, "We just rezoned." Here's the trigger. We just rezoned this area for development, and that's when you buy.
You buy knowing that the developers will come in and buy you out.
Correct.
Yes, because they're going to.
That is fucking genius. Oh my!
It is brilliant. It's fucking brilliant.
That is fucking genius.
And it's one of the most predictable things in America.
It doesn't
fucking
earn
awesome,
me.
bro.
It doesn't earn me like 100,000 on a flipping coin or anything like that. It's not sexy.
This is why.
Yeah, you're not going to be millionaires.
This is why.
But you're going to get at least 10%.
Yeah. And if you just leave that cash there, you just flip it into something else, and you just allow it to grow, and you just keep buying. Next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I own land in 7 states. I keep buying, and it becomes so profitable. You're like, all right, I got to build a trust now. I got to figure out how to leave all this money to the kids, how they avoid inheritance tax, all of this stuff. Next thing you know, you're buying attorneys, and you don't have any expenses. I don't want for money because I bought a single tract for $90,000 way back when. Turned around and sold it for, what did he buy it? $220. And I just played around.
That's huge.
Now the question is, when it comes to these buyouts, so let's say you bought it for $90,000. Can you negotiate? Is it 3 times, 2 times, 4 times what you paid for?
Yes, but
Can you negotiate that?
Yeah,
Yes, but you can't use hostages, bro. Okay, you have to negotiate with money, not with hostages.
You can do some negotiating, but generally they're.
Hold on. The question is,
at the top.
would they know you paid 90,000? Like, would they?
Yes,
would
of
they know
course
that?
Yeah, they would.
They automatically.
On the record.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, because these companies come in and they know everything about every plot, right? So here's the thing: there are different negotiating tactics. If it's just a development, you're not going to have as much. But there are a lot of situations like 3M Manufacturing in Minnesota that had large concessions for individuals who wanted to build new homes in areas close to their plants. If you get in one of those situations, then you have another level of negotiation. We see this all the time.
Oh, here's the best part too. Sometimes you have no idea how the developer is going to build that subdivision, and sometimes you get a road. And if they want to use your track for a road,
Ooh, primary. That's like lakefront. That's
I know.
lakefront.
Oh my God, you're looking at like 5x, 10x. Like they're coming at you like we need this because they don't.
You're sitting on easements. You're sitting on access.
Yep. Oh, it's great. I just love sitting in like, oh, this is a surprise. Thank you.
Yeah, here's the start of your. I bought the plot of land. That's the beginning of. That is the access point to your addition. And now you have to trunk all your electricity, all your gas, and all your sewer straight through what I already own. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, just all you have to do is just look at a map and then say, oh,
Yep.
does this, just kind of be your own judge, common sense. Doesn't take rocket science. I'm no genius investor. I know land, and I know that land is a commodity that's really short, and people want it no matter what. Doesn't matter who. Land is always paid off in the end.
But it's a little smarter than that. You're not giving yourself enough credit, because it's also timing. The people, when they develop, when they do these, short developments, it's another road, another cul-de-sac in a suburb, they have a lot of money at the onset. And if you own that land, that prevents them from doing that at the beginning, they'll just buy you out 30% plus, because they're going to sell 24 homes. You know what I mean? Viking, you're brilliant, dude.
My best so far was in Maine. I bought in a subdivision. I bought 4 plots, and I sat there and I just held on to it. And the developers came back, blah, blah, blah. They changed their plans, and what they wanted to do was put condominiums on it, along with the homes that they were building in, like whatever Blue Heron Golf that it was called. And I just sat there and I was like, all right, yeah, I'll sell for that. I made, I want to say 20x on it, and they just like paid it. They didn't even care. They didn't haggle the price. They were just like, I threw out a number and they're like, yeah, done. And
that's exactly what I'm saying, because their development is way bigger than your investment goal.
Yep, correct. They don't care. And you know what? You have everything in a trust. You have everything in an LLC. You can kind of play with an attorney. He's got some tax incentives, some tax write-offs, and all of a sudden you're doing really good. Your kids you're eating every day. Your daughter wears like fucking Louis Vuitton shit and red bottom jeans or whatever the fuck they are, and you're like, all right, I guess I made it. This is why I don't buy fucking houses fully developed. I'm not going to build a bed and breakfast. I'm not going to invest in some fucking weird business or Bitcoin. I'm not, like, a couple stocks I own. I own a shit ton of stocks. That's fine. But really what's actually generated my wealth is mostly fucking real estate.
Sorry, I was pissing, but I wanted to point out what you said about owning it in a trust and then an LLC. Anybody who's listening, the reason that Viking does that is because he is personally insulated. He is personally insulated as an individual tax identity from any loss. So if you, that's whether it's Bitcoin or anything else, and a Viking, I'm glad you said that. If you want to actually make moves with some of your assets, you need to insulate yourself. You need to develop an LLC, and if you can, put it into a corporation that separates the losses from that corporation from your personal losses on your taxes. It insulates you from legal investigation also. Whether, I mean, you might be fine. But basically, that is economic and asset insulation. You should do that. If you are going to make investment moves, you need to at least make those moves under an LLC. And if you are really interested in divesting your money from your personal money, then you need to develop an irrevocable trust. And you need to insulate yourself from asset damages. Right?
Absolutely. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't want to be held liable. I don't want my credit. Like, I don't want my life upside down. Like, I can dissolve absolutely everything and just walk away and be perfectly fine. But
I did this last year. I consulted for a company. Unfortunately, I'm in Chicago. They're in California. I did not know this until I had to file taxes, and I got raped. But I am still completely insulated under an LLC. That income was not personal. It was to an LLC that could pay the tax fine without any connection to myself as a wage earner in Illinois.
and here's the best part, because the progressives or libtards or whoever you want to are trying to pass laws to tax unrealized gains. All of my investments fall short of the metric that they're going to go after. So they don't even bother. Nobody would even bother with me on these fronts. So even the future proposals going forward don't even affect me. So like, you can have Madami like fucking say, it don't matter to me, because hey dude, I'm not buying your fucking shit. I'm not buying an apartment building. I'm buying in fucking tree covered land that your developer is going to build some fucking shitty looking home on, and he's going to turn around and buy it from me for $200. He's going to turn around and sell it for $600, $800,000, and it don't bother me. Like, I made my 100K.
Dude, you get in, you get your profit, you get out. You're not even part of it. It's brilliant, dude.
It doesn't even affect me. I'm under the radar. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have any stakes. I don't have any risk. I nothing. All I do is just buy it.
Transfer deeds. Yeah. You just transfer deeds to land.
It works.
I think that's brilliant. I think we work with you guys a lot. Because we're a bank. I work for a bank in Chicago. We don't care who owns it, as long as the cost to buy it fits in with the construction cost. And if it does, it's a good deal. For us, it's a good deal.
I actually made it to the point where now I just pay cash. I don't even have to worry about it now. And
oh, you're not even closing.
Yeah, right. I get out cheaper.
Yeah, you're just purchasing. Sign a couple documents, get out of there. That's why I never liked this Bitcoin thing, because Bitcoin is a gamble, but real estate is not. When you buy a chunk of land, you own it. And you actually, under the regulations, you own the mineral rights to the center of the earth and the atmosphere. And you have easements for the FAA, but you own it. If you buy a chunk of real estate, you own it. That's why I don't like the Bitcoin thing, because what you own is an agreement that a group of people, no matter how small or big, also values that thing you own. Just like baseball cards or like fucking, plushies. They're only as valuable as other people put value into them. I don't think it's the same for real estate.
It's not the same for real estate because everybody here under the sun, everybody in this room listening to us right now is hoping for that suburban house. So you're hoping for that 1.5 acre so you can mow your lawn and do all that crazy shit. And then I'm going to sit there and be the guy that owned that plot of land. You're not even the first owner. I owned it. I just sold it to a developer, and I didn't
built the house.
And he built the house.
Built the dream.
He built your dream. And I got $200K off of you. Thank you. I appreciate you so very much, because without your drive, your demand, I wouldn't be able to do this. But
I think that's honest business, man. I think that's honest business. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, I'm not shorting anybody. I just go out, buy land. I look at like who's the.
And it's valuable to me. So let's say you do that to me. It's valuable to me. I'm actually looking at this right now. Do I build or do I buy new? All right, so you own this plot. I tell my bank I want to put a new house on it. Oh, we got to pay Viking 30% more than the market value. I don't care. Write it into the deal. I do not care. It's brilliant, man. You're gonna get your money anytime someone wants to develop the land you own.
Yep, and I still have a tract. Like I have a parcel down here in a subdivision. The subdivision is selling for like the average home is like $1.5 million. I paid $210,000 for 1.3 acres. The guy that wants it is so far up to $5,000 just to have that extra.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to hold on to it. And because I know that it's going to go up, because I see what the other homes are going for, and I know what his home is worth. I'm just like, I'm going to hold on to it for another year, because I know that it's
you have to do it. Has to do it.
Yeah. There's nothing else you can do. There's a house to the back. There's a house to the left of him. I own the track to the right of him, and then there's a road. There's nowhere for him to go. I'm good. I can sit there and wait. Like, come up to my price. And
you can even be humble about it. It might even be cheaper because you're the holdout. He can offer you a sum of money that you love, and he can still make money on the development.
Absolutely. Like I'm not ripping anybody out, but it's just like, hey, all right.
It's
like,
business.
Yeah.
You want to develop this land, give me a good price, and then take it off the top. So I work in a bank that does a bunch of construction. The construction companies run at about a 30% gap of actual cost to lended cost. That gets negotiated along the line, and you can negotiate that up front. And they do that because, of course, building a house is a huge endeavor, so they put in this 30% fat. And then when we reconcile at, the refinance of the construction loan, it's usually 20% less on the appraised value because, of course, they built that in at the beginning. It's the same for you. Like you build that in. If you own the land that we can construct on, we're going to write that into our underwriting, whether or not you got a deal or not.
Absolutely. And I get to go to sleep at home and be Scrooge McDuck, swim with my, well, in some cases, it varies 25K to, let's see, the max I've ever made was 412,000 off a partial, just 1 acre. Small little investment, just sitting there back and just, yeah, I'll hold on to it for a year and we'll see what happens.
Well, let me give you a little insight. There are large parts of North Carolina that are going into large parts. I don't know why it's North Carolina, but we're seeing like hundreds of applications for new construction.
Oh, I'm aware. I actually own a few. I just kind of sit back and just wait for them to develop. And I'm like, all right, we got it. We'll wait. I'm just sitting back waiting for a couple of years because Carolinas are booming right now. Texas,
They are.
Florida. Like Florida, all these people that bought homes, I can tell you that 22 of you contributed to my fund. Like,
Yep.
Personally, you guys gave me money when you bought
Good
your
for
home.
you, dude.
Especially if it's a new home. You absolutely gave me money.
It's a victimless crime. The people we gave the new homes to under the mortgage, they're happy as fuck too. You have a victimless crime that makes money. That's brilliant, dude. I mean, even if it's you and we have to pay you more and we build a house, our approval rating on building new homes, and we're veteran. We do a lot of veteran building. They love it. So whether you own it or someone else does, and we pay you the fair market value of that property, it's completely victimless, dude. You gotta keep going, man. You got a perfect grind. Perfect.
And I just keep it small enough to avoid certain tax levels, certain tax impositions by the states. And
Yeah, because you're not getting any capital gains on the property because it's, yeah, you're paying for it.
You're right.
Yeah, you're paying for it.
Yeah, so. Like,
oh, dude, that's brilliant.
I just sit there and just kind of like play around with it. And I listen, just in this room, you should listen to like all the fucking get rich quick schemes and XRP fucking pumping.
Oh, I do. I've been in there.
And then laugh my ass off. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay. And then everybody is like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, or I'm gonna play this. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy the 1 acre here or the 1.5 over here, and yeah, I can do that because I have the money, and you know I'm going to invest in it, and you know, boom, it's done. I have yet to pay for a single piece of land that I have purchased in, I don't know, 5 years.
Do you know how much better? You know, it's fun. It's so funny because when we write a loan, and it's a private owner like yourself, it's actually so much easier on our end too. You get your price. We write our loan. You're already paid because you're transferring ownership. I mean, it's brilliant, dude. It is. It's easier for us because a new development, the biggest problem we have is a company or a large LLC owns all the lots. And we don't trust that because they can insulate repayment, especially in the construction phase. If it's a private owner like yourself, we do that every day. Oh, dude, bro, we'll buy this land from you for this money. If you like it, let's do it, and then we'll build on it. I think you have that is a really clever pulse on actual equity in America.
Yeah.
There's nothing else. I mean, unless you can cycle like classic cars. Unless you can do that consistently, I don't think there's a better example.
The best part was I got this idea off of farmers. I was watching farmers sell plots of their land for subdivisions, and I was like, okay. And my first investment was like 5 acres off of a farm, and I kind of didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't make very much. But at the end of it, I was like, oh, dude, if I just buy where you're developing, then I don't have to build, I don't have to refinish, I don't have to do shit. And if I really want to, and if you have like some good trees on it or
Yeah,
whatever,
mature trees have
Yeah,
like $20,000 value.
yeah, black walnut. Oh yeah.
Yes,
I'm gonna buy
isn't that wild?
Yeah, I'm gonna make extra money off of that. Oh yeah, please let me have at it.
So I'm from northern Minnesota. We some of my families have. So my family owned 10 acres of land up in Rush City, Minnesota. Big, but it's the same thing. They bought it for 82,000 in 1993. By 2010, that 10 acres was worth $500,000. Right? Same concept. If you own the land and you watch appreciation, the land, especially if someone wants to develop it, they will just pay you out over market value automatically.
Absolutely. They don't even care. They don't even here's the best part.
They don't care at all.
They don't care. They just come in, what's your asking price? And you throw a number out there and they're like, yep, done, over with. And you're just like, okay.
And they'll cut you a check and you'll like, it's wild.
It's crazy. So Incan, don't build B&Bs. Don't build like fucking hotels. Just buy land and sell it.
Yeah,
I was thinking of getting a duplex, right? Like that was my whole plan. I do want to move to Maryville.
what do you want a duplex for?
I do a lot of trucking, right? And
okay.
And so I'm not home a lot. I would get it under an FHS loan. So I would just live there like the minimum amount of time, and then like I could just like go hang out somewhere, fuck off somewhere, right? And rent those places out as I like, kind of like pays for itself. Why is it a bad idea?
No, it's not. It's not as long as you own the like we've been talking about the whole night. If you want to grow your assets while you're trucking, right?
Yeah.
You need to own the duplex. So it is completely fine to have a duplex that you can chill at, and someone, another family, lives there and rents it from you. You just have to own that property and make sure that that rental income is enough to offset. I mean, that actually doesn't even matter. You could lose money on the rental income. As long as you own the property, you have a appreciating asset.
But again, you're looking at work, like Incan, like
Yeah.
like what you're doing is you have to figure out a management company. You have to figure out like who's going to like fix the water, the hot water tanks.
Who's going to be on call?
Yeah, you have to do so much. Like, just buy a parcel of land and turn around and sell it, and you're good. And like, like
Yeah, but like rent's like high, like rent's like really high. That's the thing.
But
Like that's
think about it. You're gonna buy a duplex. You're gonna pay like $500,000. Okay, great. Then your rent
With the responsibility of maintaining the whole thing.
And then you have to refinish it, build it up to make $2,000 a month in rent. So that's $24,000 a year times 2. You're looking at 48,000, 50,000. What I can do with one property is turn around in 1 year and make that.
Well, that's fair, but that is fair, Viking. But that might not be the same situation. So I would say if you want to do this, if you want to get into a 2-unit rental property, it has to be turnkey. You can't put any money. You need to buy it so that you own it, and it can't be anything that you have to put maintenance fees into.
not a fixer-upper.
Not a fixer-upper. So
I have a good FICO score. I have like a 760. I can put
760 is great.
Yeah, none of that
Yeah.
really matters in terms of.
It doesn't.
It really
There's so many
doesn't.
factors. Like you
Yeah,
could
like-
you could have a credit score of 480 and have 2 million in assets. We see it every day.
Oh damn.
We do. A credit score is it is a measure of credit performance, but it is also a measure of everybody else influencing your credit performance. We do this all the time. We have people who have a bad credit score because they're rich and a bunch of people attack the credit, or they got into a bad investment that they didn't want to pay. So they have actually a bad credit score, but they make $80,000 a month. I do not shit you. They make $80,000 a month, and their debt to income ratio is 3%. They make so much money that their debts don't matter, but their credit report shows a bunch of conflict. It happens all the time. That's why you need a good credit underwriter. But for you, if you want to own something that appreciates while you're trucking, you need you should just really invest in a place where you want to live. Like it's a 2-unit, someone else might own it. It's move-in ready, turnkey ready, everything's new, and you want to be a part of that. You invest with that owner, or you find something where you can own it. Other than that, you're just paying rent, dude. If you don't own it, you're just paying rent.
Got you. Wait. So, like, what do you mean, like turnkey? Like, you talk about new construction? Because I'm looking for a duplex, not to go like live there. I'm just like to like, sorry, not to just rent
It's
to
move in
rent out.
ready without the maintenance. It's like you're not going to have to invest anything into it. Like as soon as you get the keys, the deed, you can go ahead and rent it to whoever. And hopefully you already have tenants in there that are going to actually contribute to that.
Yeah, if you wanted to put a number on it, I would say 1998 build. Your HVAC, all your things are going to be under.
I'd almost say 2005 and above.
Yeah, dude, that's fair. That's fair because your HVAC is going to be 20 years, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Damn, I'm getting old.
I know, right?
This fuck.
I would say like 2005, 2010 builds. So like, go ahead and you're gonna pay a
Jeez,
little.
I don't
bit
even
of money.
know if there's any of those in Maryland, man.
There's
Sorry,
some.
like.
Oh, there aren't. Okay, so if you're in Maryland, right?
No, not Maryland. I'm in like Maryville, Tennessee. It's by the border of North Carolina, like close to Knoxville.
Well, in your situation, if there's a property that you think you can make money on this, and you're not sure about the mechanics or the property itself, that's when you can leverage the seller in the purchase contract for a warranty on mechanicals. I recommend this for everybody that is trying to buy property. Everybody haggles price. Fine. If you like the price, don't haggle the price, but add a clause for the seller to front a mechanical warranty on the sales contract. All that does is if the furnace or the boiler or whatever, the AC, the AC unit, the dehumidifier, if that shit goes out, the stoves, the ovens, that warranty company will replace them with minimal cost. So that's a good way to insulate yourself. If there's a property you really like and no one's buying it at cost, and you want to buy it, make an offer, but make the seller put in a mechanical warranty. It happens all the time. It actually doesn't it doesn't hurt the seller at all. They might lose a concession of like 0.5%, but they will put the warranty on, and that warranty will replace anything you have in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot with people who are trying to get rid of a house where they're like, hey, we just want to leave. We're not going to upgrade it. And the seller's like, oh, your water heater is 20 years old. And your furnace is this old. So they say, okay, we'll work with a third party. We'll get you a guarantee, and then they will come in and swap it out if it happens, if it goes bad. They're very common in residential lending.
The other thing, Incan, too, is in your travel, since you're a trucker, every state, every town, every city has what's called scratch and dent sales for appliances, and you can get them like way discounted. And I mean, you're half to like 75%.
Bro, I got in my kitchen right now. I got a Frigidaire Gallery scratch and dent stove and scratch and dent fridge. No, there is no dent on that fucker at all. It's because someone dropped it off a truck or someone mishandled it, and they marked it scratch and dent. And you get it for 75% of the price.
Yep. And they're cheap, and what you do is you just store it in a storage area or whatever, so if a fridge goes, you've got the $200 replacement that's bougie as hell. You slap it in there and you're good to go.
That's why I recommend, if you're going to do that, I recommend Frigidaire Gallery, because they are the perfect balance between bougie and regular. And you don't have to pay that higher, you don't have to search scratch and dent so much because they're everywhere. But Frigidaire Gallery is a good, I mean, if you want to like sell, like we're getting ready to sell our house, and all we're doing is swapping out every appliance with Frigidaire Gallery because it's like quasi high level, right? And we're doing scratch and dent, so we are paying. We're like 40% right now.
It's
what we paid.
It's so cheap, $1,000.
And they're fucking me on the microwave. They are fucking me on. I'm gonna have to pay full price on the microwave. That's gonna hurt me. We had to call the ambulance the other day. Like this was like a couple months ago, but it's because we had a gas leak at the stove. A literal, like, get everybody out of the house, go to the cul-de-sac across the street. And I didn't believe it. My wife's like, oh, I feel funny. My 5-year-old's like barely awake. And I'm like, okay, we got to get the fuck out of here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we get in the car. I neutral, and I think this was pretty smart. I didn't turn the car on. I neutraled it and pushed it out of the garage. Because I'm a cautious man. And then when we got to the road, right, turned it on, parked in the cul-de-sac, called the ambulance. And we actually did have a leak at the stove. Like a fucking full-on leak. And then I swapped it out with, and then we said, like, it's time for us to move. We want to, I don't know why this happened at the same time, but we always knew this house was too small. So I was like, we're going to get a nice stove, and then we're going to start staging it for selling it so we can get into a better place. And that Frigidaire Gallery, dude, look them up right now. Frigidaire Gallery stove, black steel. It's like the perfect medium between I don't have money and fucking very nice. I dare anybody to say it's not. I'll put it in my PTR.
Back.
But yeah, that was pretty scary actually. That was actually more scary than I'm letting on.
No, yeah, I can imagine. It's a gas leak.
dude, when I put my thumb on the button to open the garage door, I was like, shit. Why would I?
Yeah, why would I have electricity run right now?
Yeah. And then I did it too fast, and I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't kill my whole family.
Ah, Jesus.
But yeah, Incan, you're a better man than me. I don't want to deal with tenants. I don't want to deal with evictions. I don't want to pay a fucking management company.
I don't want to either. But like, isn't that like a way to pay off your mortgage way faster?
It is, but like, why not just buy the land and then turn around and sell it? Like,
so I was thought, like, I could just pay off that mortgage, get that done, right, and then just go buy a home that I actually like, right, and then.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true if you're okay with it. Do you know mortgages are front loaded, right?
What do you mean by front loaded?
So the amortization of a mortgage, you want to borrow $300,000 at 5% for this property. Your first payment is going to be 98% interest and 2% principal.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You're taking a 30-year, yeah.
Especially with a 30-year, they're front loaded. So you're not going to get equity. The nice part is about 18 months, you start to get some solid equity on your mortgage payments. So I think what Viking's saying and what I'm saying is like, if you know all these things and still make that decision, then good for you. Yeah, fine. But the truth is, like, if you want to own real estate as an asset, you have to agree with the mortgage payment, and you can subsidize that without hurting yourself financially. So in your situation, you're talking about like someone else paying rent. A lot of people do that. The problem is underwriting of a mortgage automatically assumes that you're not going to get rent for 25% of the year. Because renters are not always consistent, right? But if you want to buy something on a mortgage, even though you're going to rent it out and you can afford it, I think that's still a good investment. I think it is. It's not as good as what Viking's doing, which is plots of land that someone needs to purchase to finish their development plan. I think that's you're talking about like 30% returns. But if you're trying to own property and you have renters, it is still a good investment, but you should expect you should expect that even if you don't have a renter, you can still make the mortgage payment.
Got you. Yeah. No, definitely. Like I'm not counting on the renter. Right, we're taking this into account.
You're not?
Yeah, no. Like, look, so like, I wanted to get
then
like
bro, do it. If you're not, then go. Then go.
I wanted to, like, between me and my wife, like, even though like because of the Trump administration, we haven't been able to get like a lot of DoD work because of like certain things. We're still like clearing like together like 3, a year. So I was thinking of getting a bigger house, and then my wife's like, well, what if we get like a duplex for the same price, right? Instead of going 600,000 or like 500,000 on a house, why don't we find like a duplex? It's like the equivalent, and build equity on, build equity. Once we build equity, we could just move to a house that we like, and then have that as a rental property. So that's what I was thinking.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the exact same boat. I have a house here, and I just got a promotion whatever. And me and my wife, we got 2 kids. This house is too small. We are in the same boat. I can't decide if I do want to retain the ownership of this real estate, but I don't know if I want to retain it or just cash it out and move into a bigger house for our family. That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
But for you, if you want to get into a duplex where you can handle the total payment without rental income from the auxiliary unit, you would be qualified.
Got you. Okay. All right. Okay, got. Yeah. All right, because I was kind of getting kind of worried when you all were talking about it. I was like, ah, shit. But no.
Well, I wouldn't do it.
So with the same price range. Yeah, I know it's a hassle. That's the thing. I know.
Either.
I know.
I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm saying you would be qualified to do it. You would get the funding if the numbers work out.
The reason I wouldn't do it, Incan, is the amount of work that it would take for me to actually spend doing that. Like, I'm not.
Me too.
It's
So like,
too much work.
what's the margin on it? Let's say that like the rent is like 2,000, or like 1,500 a month, right? Like what's the margin made on it? Like once it goes, let's say, through a management company and all that.
Well, that depends. If you buy a 2-unit, you financed with the bank to afford it, but the actual value of it is how much you put into both units, because you became a landlord with that transaction. So there's 2 ways it could go. You could never do any updates to that auxiliary unit, and then you would be subject to market rate. Or you could be a great landlord and constantly update both units, and then you could make $500,000, depending on where you are. That's the same situation with anybody who buys property. You buy a house or you buy a property. If you don't improve the property, you are no longer part of the new market, right? Your market is competing with new properties, new construction, things that are brand new. So it depends. It depends on how you manage the property. But if you do buy a 2-unit and you can afford it, and you manage both properties up to the market situation, so whenever you're ready to sell, it's market ready, you can make a ton of money. You can make a lot of money. You could probably, let's say you buy a 2-unit right now where you are for $500,000. You maintain both those units and keep them upgraded. You could expect $700,000 in 2028.
But you have to be able to weather till 2028.
Yes, including interest rate fluctuations, not taking any equity out. You gotta weather it because you're tagging along another unit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I would have to move closer to like being more in the Knoxville area too, right?
Oh man, that area. If you go into Knoxville right now, if you have money and you go into and Viking, I hope you're listening, Knoxville, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, if you have money right now to rehab properties, you'll be rich. You will get
Section 8.
Brother, if you want to rehab properties, you need to, and you want to do that for wealth, you need to completely ignore Section 8 and Section 24. because they are not fair market properties. You need to avoid them at all costs. But in Knoxville, Tennessee, and in North Carolina, South Carolina, there are a bunch of real estate properties built in 1980 that are deferred maintenance that you could go in, update, and sell for a ton of money. You can't do that with Section 8 and Section 24. You'll never make money dealing with Section 8 and Section 24 housing in America. That is supposed to be government funding housing. Section 24 is income limited. Section 8 is income restricted,
So
right?
I just looked in your area and the southern end of Knoxville, and I don't know if this is a good area. I'll look at it tomorrow and I'll play around with it a little bit while I'm at work, and maybe I'll invest in it. But it looks like you have 48 brand new developments that are already cleared to start, and they're already selling the plots right there. Me personally, I would just take my investment, buy one of those plots, and just sit on it
And flip it.
and
Buy
flip
one.
it. Yeah, and I'm just going to make $50K off of it and walk away.
10%.
Okay, I'm good. I made $50K,
And that's so funny you said that, because my bank just actually charged a group of bankers in region 3 to go after that exact same area of Knoxville, because Knoxville's actually ready to blow up. It is.
No. So
For single family housing.
correct. And here's the crazy thing, Ethan. I don't have to worry about a washer and dryer and a unit. I don't have to worry about hot water tanks. I don't have to worry
I would love to liove there. Like, I want.
You don't have to worry about inspections.
But yeah, I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about liens, tax codes,
Nothing.
plumbing, nothing.
You're just doing a lot loan.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing is I'm borrowing.
Dude, you're brilliant, man. I might DM you because I think that's brilliant.
I know it's so basic. It's like it's really ridiculous, and
You're just shorting semi-developed land.
yeah, and I'm just sitting on it and doing nothing with it. I don't care. Like
Until a large developer says, "I need this plot."
yeah, and then pay me.
Fine. You need it? Yeah. I'll give me 10% over cost, and I'm fine.
Yeah. And you're already comfortable. You could sit there and wait for a year, similar to a tenant. Because if you bought a duplex, you're not going to make a return for 5 years.
Yeah, you can, especially if you have purchasing power. If you have purchasing power, you should not. If you have the ability to buy a 2-unit right now, you need to look wherever you should buy it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, and most of these subdivisions, here's what the developers are doing. Okay, what they're doing is they build 3 sets of homes. They build the high-end ones, which is where I look at the lot. So I look at where the lake is going to be put in, or the pond, or whatever.
With the aluminum fence.
Yeah.
And all that shit.
Yep. And then I look at where's the middle, and then where's the cheap area, or where the condos are going to go, because that's what they do. They build a mid-layer so that you can get the $100,000-$200,000 people in there, and then they have the 800 to $1 million.
Yep.
And that's where you want to focus on, and then you just buy that lot, and you're good. You don't need to worry about it. And then
you make them buy it from you.
Yeah, and then the condo area, you focus on that, the apartment or whatever. You just buy that and you just sit on it. You just gotta wait the year. You're good. It's usually within a year. Like the longest I ever had to wait was 3 years, and that was it. It's not that big a deal. It's like 3 years is 3 years.
That's probably a condo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, condos have. I'll just say, from the mortgage lending side, condos have a more stringent lending parameters because of their They have to be associated. They have to have a condo association in place. It takes time. They always do it. After they develop the condo and they sell enough of the condos so that the owners are the homeowners association, they can then qualify for the aspects that can get you a mortgage loan through Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac.
What the fuck? Okay, what the fuck is a condo? Like I've heard
It's
like a
a
condo.
big
Like,
apartment. That's basically what it is.
It's where you own a unit, but you have no ownership of the building. Right?
that's kind of stupid. What the fuck?
Well,
No, it's the same thing with a 2-unit. You're going to do the same thing. If you have a 2-unit, you're going to say, yeah, you can rent this other property, but you're never going to own it because you own it, right?
Yeah.
it's like apartments in New York City. Like
Yeah.
most of them are owned. You just,
Oh,
but that's all it is.
You can even own
Feel
the
like-
condo on title. That condo is yours, but it is
Yeah.
part of a larger structure.
You just don't have say in the development, say in
Yeah.
fucking anything about it. And that's,
Yeah, there are a lot of exclusions of those contracts, but you own your unit. On title. Like if so in a condo situation, right, or high rise like in Miami, you own your condo. If the building does something or whatever happens, your condo is destroyed, you're going to get paid out insurance on that piece that you own, but you don't own the complex.
and you're not liable for the complex.
Right.
But here's the catch. So like for me, I learned a lesson early on. I learned to look for where the HOAs aren't at the design phase. So I wait and I look for properties that don't have the HOAs at the design phase, and I buy on those.
Dude, you fucking... I'm going to jerk off to you today. I swear to God. That's so fucking brilliant.
Just because the HOAs like control everything. So like, who pays the top dollar? People who want to build their own home, build their own design, do all this stuff
Within the HOA.
within
After it's been established.
Yep, and the HOA has no say. So then all of a sudden the HOA comes in. It's like, oh yeah, we have all these homes. They're all kind of different, but there's some millionaire there. I'm like, all right, then land goes up another 10% because all those people run to it. And if they're building a lake, oh yeah, or a pond, it's another 10%. You're just hiking it up.
Stop. Stop that.
You just have to look for it. You're just like, oh, you're building a lake here. Okay.
That's so true too, because every one of those developments, whereas, I mean, I'm from Rush City, Minnesota. It was a town of 3,000 people. Then one of those companies came in and created a development with a artificial pond. And I was like, why is everybody just letting them who owns that land? It turns out one of his name is actually Lakeberg, owned the land that they wanted to do that artificial pond in, and he automatically became a millionaire. Automatically. Because to that development company, it was not a problem. It's like, we need 300 lots. We need 300 lots. We're going to build new houses on every half acre. We're going to sell each one of these new houses for $300,000. It's so funny. You're so right. If you own that land, when they want to make that move, that's when you cash out.
The key is, though, you have to sell. Like, it is not a long-term investment. These are
No, you have to sell.
Like, I don't hold anything beyond 3 years. I try absolutely not. So if I don't, then boom, we're done. Like,
You're insulated, right? You got under an LLC or like a...
Yep. LLC. And so what I do is just kind of just like I just go for the easy, quick wins. Like I'm not looking for like, well, if I buy this land, maybe they'll develop out here and I'll make $1 million and I'm gonna buy like 40 acres. Like that. Too much
No.
work, too much time. I want 50,000 is like my hope. Sometimes I get 100, sometimes I'm under, but I'm okay. On average, I'm 50. And I'm like, yeah, all right. I only spend 100,000. So for every 100,000, my goal is to get half of that back. If I get that, great. If I get 10% or if I get 30%, I'm doing good. Like I can tell you, Incan, just this, like 3 days ago, 90,000 back in my account. I don't have to worry.
And that's funny. So that, like, the actual payment on $100,000 of land is, it's like $400.
I know, right? All these people are buying homes and structures all on it. And
Yep.
I'm sitting here going, and they're like, my home's worth $1 million. I'm like, yeah, I know. I sold you the land, and you paid me $100K. And oh, by the way, my homes and all this stuff is worth a lot more. So you just, you just, and after a while, you just play with just the cash you make off of it. You don't invest anything more. It doesn't take very much work, and you just have to go and buy the land.
You got to churn.
Yeah. You just stay on top of it for a little bit, and it's not an everyday thing. You just sit there and wait.
Well, let's say though, like, Viking, I think you have a unique situation. Incan is talking about purchasing a side-by-side duplex, renting half of it and living in the other, right?
Yeah.
What is your goal?
To eventually get that building paid off and then move into another house, and I can rent both of those, both of the sides while I live in whatever house I want to live in.
Do you have a property in mind?
I was looking at a couple of them on Zillow by Maryville. I'm thinking of getting the duplex in closer to Knoxville, just because rent would be higher closer to Knoxville.
So the properties you're looking at, what is your estimated mortgage payment on those?
I think that they're like 2,000, like
2 to 3.
2,000 for one. Yeah, 2 to 3.
What would be the rent you charge the auxiliary unit?
I think 1,700 are like the.
Dude, you're
I'm being conservative.
Dude, charge them $2,000, dog.
Dude, 2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it would have to be nice. I'm still looking at the market. Like, I don't know. Like this January, I was just like, you know what? Like, so I'm like looking at like how much money I made. I should like invest in the things now. Like, now's the time. Or like,
I promise you, tomorrow, if you went and you saw it, like you're driving around, if you like walk by and you're like, oh, they're gonna build a subdivision here. You walk in and you're like, all right, land's for sale, and no homes built on it, and they're selling it at $200,000. Walk into the bank, you'll guarantee you're probably gonna walk out with the land. You'll have the deed, and you'll be like, I own land. Forget about it. Lock it up in the safe. Don't fucking touch it. Wait 6 months to a year. Come back and be like, some developer's going to call you. I promise you, the bank's going to call you and the developer. Just make your payments, your $400 payments, and you'll be fine. Pay your taxes after the first year. And then some developer, some bank is going to call you and go, hey, we're interested in buying your land. And hopefully you got one right where they want to build a road or a park or a school or whatever.
Or trunk Wi-Fi or trunk sewer.
Yeah, whatever they want to build. And then all of a sudden you can go, all right, well, I want 50% over. And they're going to either say yes or no.
How do you know if they want to build
do you not see signs? Like
No, the way you're okay. The best way. What county do you live in?
Okay, I live in Louisiana. I live in a like Livingston.
So you need to go to the Livingston board council board. You need to apply to their email chain, get their notifications, because the very first thing they're going to do is the county is going to make an announcement that a player wants to develop a section of land. That is what happens first. They don't even fund it because the county can't fund it. They just make this announcement that
Incan, you have what is it? LA, Louisiana Highway 444, like 1908.
Biloxi.
Yep, yeah, Florida Boulevard 14468. 1.5 acres is selling for uncleared 3. I mean, you probably get that. You have Highway 42, and you have Clyde Bound Road for 21036 April Lane. It's running at 3. And then you have the proposals. You've got
just look at a plat map.
Yeah, you have here it's
That's simple. Just go in and apply for the loan.
You can easily see when a city is ready to earmark a chunk of land for development.
Oh yeah, they have to announce it in the paper too.
They do.
The proposal. Town halls are your best bet because
exactly what I'm saying.
Just sit there and they'll be like, on the docket today is like Emerson Construction Company wants to buy 50 acres and they want to put up 30 homes out here, and they have to hold the hearing. Every town has to do this across America, and they announce it and they say the proposal is stand or rest, or you get to cite your grievances. You just sit there and you go, all right, where is this on that? Okay, and then you go over there and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy this, and it's always for sale. It's always like run down. They don't really care. And what they're going to, and even if it's underwater, what do you care? Because of what they're going to do is drain it anyway.
Yeah, they're going to put in their own drain ditch for the whole development.
They don't even care. Like, it could be the worst looking piece of land there is. It could be a mud bog. Just buy it.
And the best one is the one by the access road. Yeah. If you buy the plots of land by the access road to the development, you're invincible. But Viking, you're absolutely right. But if he's talking about literally trying to buy, if you're really trying to buy a duplex and make some equity on rental income, you have to accept that your only equity is going to be in the property and not in the auxiliary income. Which is okay. Typically, multi-unit properties are worth more than single-unit properties. A lot of banks don't move in them, though. But
a lot of banks don't what?
They don't move in multi-unit. But that's beside the point. You can find someone. You can find someone to finance you. You just have to make sure you're getting. The best way to do a 2-unit, if I'm going to do it like tomorrow, I'm going to move my family into a 2-unit and hope that I'm going to buy the whole property. And I'm hoping that it's going to give me an equity advance or investment situation, is if I'm collecting rent at above 45% of my cost, and I can afford the property without that rent. That's the hard part. But if you can do both those things, you are going to get equity.
Well, what are the advantages of getting a single-family home?
The advantage of a single-family home is that every payment you make while you love your home goes towards your principal and gives you a little bit of equity. But there's really, that actually doesn't actualize in the first 8 years because interest is front-loaded. So,
Gotcha.
but you're right. Like Incan, so let's say me and you start tomorrow. I do the single family, and you do the 2 unit. You're gonna have a better. You're gonna have a better situation than me in equity and repayment if you have a renter. If you don't, we are in the same situation.
Gotcha.
But you will. I mean, all underwriters will say they assume 75% rent when you use a rental unit for qualification.
Gotcha.
So every year, it's assumed that 3/4 of the year you have a renter.
And you can buy duplexes on first-time homeowner loan, right?
Yes,
Gotcha.
you can get down payment assistance. What state are you in?
So
Oh, I'm
waste,
gonna.
honestly.
I live in Louisiana, but I want to move to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Both of those states have pretty good down payment assistance programs. If you're a first-time homeowner and you are going to occupy that home as your primary residence, you might qualify for $6,000 or up to. I mean, it's not much, but it's like 0.5% of your down payment in forgiveness.
Gotcha.
And you just have to ask your mortgage banker, whoever you're working with, if you are doing it, you just have to ask them what's available to me in down payment assistance in this transaction.
Well, the other thing, I don't know. I look at duplexes as like that's ancillary. Like it's just, I don't know. If you're using your first time homeowners, like, I'm still of the old school. Buy your own home. Like with that, get your home out of that. But I mean,
Me too, man. I agree with you. I'm just saying it's available. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna find something as like easy as a first time homeowners assistance with like it covers so much, dude. Like there's so much help there. So
Wait, what does it cover? Like, well, what's the advantage over?
The design is it covers your closing cost.
Yeah.
So you essentially get a free loan. So the homeownership programs are designed to get an individual or a family into their first primary occupancy purchase. And if you qualify for that, if that's the situation, you can get up to 20% non-concession funds from your local government to satisfy closing costs.
Not to mention, if you're in certain zones in certain states, depending on the state, you have to look it up. There's like acts that go on top of that, like a Homestead Act, like I think Kentucky offers it. Like
big in Texas, huge in Texas.
So you can even, by the time you're done, you're walking away going, shit, I have like $200K to like redesign my home. Well, maybe not $200K, but you walk away with a chunk of change and you're like, I actually got money here. I'm good for a mortgage for like a year. I can just sink this in and put it towards principal and I'm good to go. Like there are so many programs out there, but it only works once. It's a one and done.
Yeah.
Can't get it.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because like, oh man, like I'm even between getting a duplex and I do want to get like but there's some really nice properties, man, that are like for single family homes that have a shed. I want to move there, start like, like on my own, like a mountain racing team. And it's just hard.
Hold on.
Yeah. It's my tail of dragon, right?
That's a whole different thing. Like if
dude. You just need a third garage. All you need is a third garage.
Yeah, dude. Like, I run really fast times down tail. And
what?
really,
What do you? In what?
1995 right-hand drive MR2 GTS. just
Let's
completely-
go,
completely
dude.
picked out
Mazda?
section. No, Toyota mid-engine.
Toyota. Mid-engine
Yes.
Toyota?
Yes, MR2 1995, and like it's all made for just fucking grip, you know. And yeah, I don't know if you're part of the Discord, like the Chillism Discord, but I have like videos of me chasing down R35 GTRs and by Top Secret.
But it's rally. That's rally, right?
Oh, it's like you. Have you ever gone down Tail of the Dragon?
I have, dude. I have not.
Dude, yo, so they have a bunch of roads over there.
I drove a Honda Civic stock.
Dude, I love Honda Civics. Front wheel drive really got me into like racing. Yeah, so they have local teams and they run times and shit. And then I loved it so much. I go there like 2-3 times a year. So I'm like, man, I'd just rather like just live here. But they have a couple of teams out there, and I like to open one up.
Tell the dragons this, tell the dragons that, tell the dragons this, tell the dragons that.
Incan, there's and Viking. I know you'll agree. If you want to follow your passion, there are 1 million plus houses in the suburbs to support an auxiliary garage where you can do your damn thing. You don't need another. If you can afford the house, that's it. You don't need an auxiliary unit. You don't need someone else paying rent.
Correct. Why would you?
It's just a garage stall.
Yeah. Why are you paying again? You're gonna like evictions. Like you got to deal with a tenant and all their.
Yeah, you got to pay somebody to maintain the property. You have to have an HVAC on call.
Like that's just so much work. Like, and unless you know HVAC, which I can replace a fucking line, but that's
me too. I can do a heat sensor on a furnace.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
Like I mean, Centerpoint, like they have a program. They used to have a program where you buy it and it was expensive. I think it was like $150, and they gave a warranty. Like it was an insurance policy against your HVAC unit. If they could fix it, they're going to come out and fix it. You just filed the claim, you whatever was covered. But I mean, again, like you're dealing with tenants who, like, I people are pieces of shit nowadays. Like, think about, like, fuck, you're in this room, Incan. Would you rent to half of these people?
Fuck no.
Yeah, right.
Bro, I agree with everything Viking just said. Tenants are, the only reason you would want tenants is if you are going to commit to owning property as rental property is an asset. You have to commit to it 100%. If you're not, if your real passion is racing, then you would just try to find a house with an auxiliary garage or a shop. But if the only people that fuck with tenants are people who are actually trying to make money on rental properties. If you're not trying to do that, you do not want tenants.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it is different. I mean, of course, that's a generality. If you're gonna rent your family, that's different. You know, whatever. I think buying real estate is always the best investment in the United States. I don't think there is a better investment than buying property. It has increased 3% since 1949, including the bubble in 2007 to 2010. These are facts. Owning real estate is the best investment in America. I'm just saying, if you having renters is a completely different aspect of owning real estate.
Yeah, I'm gonna research it more, man, because on the surface it sounds great. Like, yeah, like you just Like basically, one guy pays like 45% or like half of your mortgage payment, or like even more of that, and then you just like pay like a little bit of it. It's like basically like renting out, except you're building equity. But then it's just like, yeah, what if something messes up? What if like they have like dogs, and their dogs are like mess up the drywall, or like what if something like a line busts?
Well, you're right about that, but that
It's
doesn't
called
matter.
rent hacking, by the way, and you
Yeah.
have to take into account about 20 to 25% yearly for incidentals.
Yep.
It's the same math that you do for a business, right? You always have incidentals when you're calculating your expenditure for the year, for the fiscal year. Any good CPA will tell you that. But rental income is not too bad depending on states. Like out here in California, right, where mortgage is really high, rental hacking is actually very common.
Yep.
It happens all the time. When I lived in downtown LA, I lived in a 4-bedroom a condo, essentially. It was a loft. And I was paying somebody's mortgage, part of somebody's mortgage. I was renting a room in their loft. It was completely separated. Like we had a main entrance. We shared it. It was like right after college, and I was paying the rent. The guy paid off his loft because he had 3 other renters, and he was living in one room. And then when I moved a little bit more towards the ghetto, I was able to rent an ADU in the back house, like in the back of somebody's property. I did that for a little while before I was like, fuck this. And then I got my own private space. And there's a lot of people that do that. And there's a lot of people that rent out portions of their home. And Section 8 housing is never a bust. Section 8 housing is guaranteed 80% of whatever you put as fair market value of rent, which is very easy to get comps on. So if you're in a place like what Inca's describing, you're going to get 80% direct deposit from the government every month. At 20%, that's part of your incidentals monthly.
Yeah,
Most of the time, Section 8 renters pay on time and always pay, because if they don't pay, you can report them to the state and they lose their Section 8 housing. There's safety nets.
Which happens every other month if you're dealing in Section 8 housing. Happens all the time.
No, bro, they can't miss payments. They can't miss their rent, because if they miss their rent, they get disqualified for the government funding. All
Yeah,
it takes is 1 or 2 reports, and you get to kick them out, and then the state will send you somebody new.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's why I say the only time you're going to consider renting is if you can afford the property by yourself. And then the rental income is just juice. That's the best way to look at it. If you want to really get into a situation where you want your property to be a performing asset, then you can afford it, even if you don't have a renter. And that's how most underwriters are going to work it, unless they have Section 8 or Section 24 programs.
Gotcha.
If you can do that, dude, you're fucking rich.
Yeah, you should never buy a house if you can't afford the mortgage.
Right.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people be doing nowadays. Again, like it's 2008. It's great.
Yeah.
No, we qualify them we qualify them based on the rental income, even though they couldn't afford it by themselves, right? You can get lending if you have a multi-unit and you have leases.
Who just bought a house for 1.2 in Los Angeles? His fucking mortgage is $13,000, bro.
Fuck.
He's locked in on a 7% interest rate. 13 grand a month for fucking mortgage is insane, dude.
Word of advice, Incan: do not rent to Hispanics and blacks.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh God.
That's not true. I subleased my office space, one of my office spaces that I was renting, to a Mexican company, and they've never missed a payment. It's been 4 months. I'm not turning a profit, though. They're just covering the rent.
All right, Spake Lover.
Yeah, bro. Best part is they give me cash every month. I don't give a fuck what they're doing in that office. They're giving me 20s too, so they're probably selling drugs.
Yo, I got that. Incan, I got that advice from my good friend. He's Mexican. He would always tell me the day he owns, which is, I told the story how his dad bought an apartment building for like $100K in 1997. Now it's worth like $2 million. My boy Danny, he's Mexican from Brooklyn. He told me he would never rent out to blacks and Hispanics. That shit was so funny.
Goddamn, you motherfucker redlining, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, me and my boy is Ecuadorian.
No, bro.
Me and my boy Fabian, we make fun of Danny, the Mexican, for hating Hispanics. That shit is bad.
Bro, no one hates Hispanics like Hispanics, bro. Because of the way they fucking fry their plantain, bro. That'd be it, bro.
And the same guy that would not rent to blacks and Hispanics, he said, you gotta rent out to the gays because the gays are clean.
Nah.
And they pay.
How many accounts does Glue have? The fuck?
Oh, I don't know why he was in here.
Yeah, that's like the second or third account I seen him on today. It said Gulani. I'm pretty sure it was him. Gulani?
Giuliani? Why are you not doing more? Why would I?
He like.
Glue is turning into Rich.
Yep.
He's turning into Rich.
He blocked us all off from his house. He removed us all from Instagram, and he's
no. Like who? You and Oleg and who else? Red Rum?
Yeah, Red Rum too. I think I don't know, but he's like removed us from rooms and shit, and like he's
in round table.
And we did kiss. We did kiss. We made out.
He kicked y'all out of round table, Hago?
He made a new house that was something else, and then he kicked us out of that. If we don't support Trump and we talk about the Epstein files, we're against ICE, then we're crazy.
Wait, he kicked you, Oleg, and Red Rum out of where?
His house.
The house.
Damn,
and
bro.
then he removed us from Instagram. And he's like,
She-Wolf, these Armenians always talking about how they get kicked out of places, bro.
It's okay, Haga.
Tears.
What's her name? Pockets removed me as an admin from her house, so I removed myself from her house completely. And she did all that after she came in here. Okay, so one day we was in here. This is the day before I posted her picture, and she posted that picture that she made of me with Pockets and Intel, and I think that's supposed to be Concrete. I don't know if it's supposed to be Concrete or Kendo, but the black guy was. I think that's supposed to be Concrete. I don't think it's Kendo, but they do say Kendo is fat. So it could be Kendo, and I forgot who the fourth person was. So anyway, the day before that, I forgot what we was talking about. But we was talking about meta shit. We was talking about something that was said in the room or something going on with people in the room. And Pockets came in and she was like, "Oh, are you guys talking about each other?" And we was like, "Yeah." Because it was like lighthearted, you know, it wasn't like gossipy. It was like, oh, this happened, and, you know, this person doesn't come in the room no more, or this person's mad about this. It was something like that. And she was like, "Are you guys talking about each other?" And I was like, "Yeah." Oh, okay. I'm out of here. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So the next day, she comes in, and we're just having a normal conversation, and she decides she wants to talk about people, even though she left the room yesterday when we were having lighthearted meta conversations. But she comes in the room, she starts arguing with Concrete, talking about singing some song she made up about Concrete. So she going back and forth with Concrete, and she says, with Carolyn in the goo, she says, "Oh, Concrete, you and Carolyn are just alike. Y'all are twins." You know, as if to say, like, whatever negative thing he says about her, like, Concrete, you're that as well, right? So knowing that, bitch, you ran from this room because you were scared of the anticipation of these bitches coming for you next. You heard that these bitches was coming for you next, and you ran the fuck off and made your own house to get the fuck away from here. Yeah, you thought it was okay to come in here and talk about this bitch while she's sitting in the goo, clearly waiting for somebody to say anything to trigger her to crash out and try to center herself, right, Haga? So all I said to this bitch that day, were you here? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't think I was there.
Okay. So I like try to tell her nicely, like, Pockets, no, stop. Like, don't even mention her name. Like, she's literally waiting for something like that so she can start crashing out. And I was like, stop saying, no, I can say whatever I want. You guys say whatever you want. When I want to say something, like, bitch, you gonna go run back to Pockets Deep or wind down or whatever space you want to pretend and be fake in next, right? To run away from whatever the fuck you running away from over here, or whatever the fuck whatever you're doing, bitch. Like, after you get done making drama up in here, you gonna leave, and then I got a windmill and crash out with this bitch all day, right? So that's what I tried to tell her. I was trying to tell her, like, you starting shit that I'm gonna have to finish. She's gonna come up here crashing out, and you're gonna leave and go to Pockets Deep, and I'm gonna be in chillism. This is like 2 days after I was getting regular mods. So she showed up not even knowing that, like, I've been getting regular mods for a few days, right? It was only like my third day getting regular mods. So, and I wasn't really tripping, but I wasn't modest. So it was actually really funny because she probably didn't know, and then it was like she thought she was gonna start with me, and this is what happened, Haga. So Pocket said what she said. I told Pocket, shut the fuck up. Pockets was like, oh, no, I can say whatever I want. You guys always say what you want. I said, Pockets, look, you starting shit, and I'm gonna have to fight this battle. Oh, okay, whatever. I guess I'm leaving, and I'll never come back to chillism, right? Now we in the back channel. I'm like, Pockets, look, all I'm saying to you, you don't gotta start crying and whining and saying you never coming back to chillism no more. All I'm trying to say to you is, you starting shit with her just saying her name alone. Well, I can say your name every night. Why can't I say your name? I'm like, that's all you have to say, and then now I'm involved with beef with this bitch for the rest of the week. And I'm asking you, for my sake, please don't do that. And I'm not saying it. I'm not mad at you. Like, I got tired of coddling and babying this bitch. Like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, I'm not coming back to chillism anymore because blah 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 blah. I said, look, didn't nobody say all that? Well, I can't even tell, like, the number of voice notes and long ass messages she left me. I stopped reading and didn't even listen to none of them because she was pissing me the fuck off. And I just decided, like, I was fucking done at that moment. Like Ashley, like the bitch is in a motherfucking boat with Ashley now, damn near. Yeah. She unfriended me. She removed me as admin in her house. So I unfollowed the house. I unfollowed her. Bitch, because I told you to stop talking about Carolyn with her in the room because you gonna make me have to fucking go 12 rounds with this bitch again?
Yeah, that's annoying.
She got on my motherfucking nerves.
I'm on the same boat with defending people that just don't do shit other than cause problems.
Why did I even bring this up? We was talking about goo. What did this have to do with goo?
I don't know. That's my blocker she was.
Why did I bring this up?
I don't know. But that's why I blocked her. She was.
No, she's not blocked, and I get what
No,
you're saying.
no. That's it. That's why I blocked.
I get it, and I totally get it. I think the bitch, when she went and got her CDL, she must have stopped smoking weed, or the bitch must have been doing more than weed. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had to, like, people, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. Or maybe she stopped smoking weed and she started doing shit that could get out of her system faster. Harder drugs that don't stay in your system for 30 days. Cause she be acting weird. All the years I've known Pockets on this app, she don't act how she's been acting the last few months.
Pockets, look, this is my rule of thumb, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, right? But there's like a type of ADHD where I call it like dorying, like you're like Dory, but you're like a full-grown adult, right? And if you ever catch somebody dorying, right, and it's not to be ironically funny because they're like a young millennial, quote unquote, a young millennial, then that's like a big red flag. That's like a big red flag, right? That's why when she like started dorying,
she was doing that.
Yeah, when she did that to
I
me,
didn't even know she was on Discord. She was doing it in her rooms. That's when I started noticing. When she made her own space and she started making her own rooms, that's when it started. And I had never.
When she said that about me in the Discord, then she sent me the DM like, oh, but all like the long paragraphs. I was like, okay, like I like responded like really short. And then like it was like this Dory. I just like blocked her, and then and that was it. Like right, like I blocked her, and then like I don't know if you noticed, but like when she comes to the room, she tries to start shit with me. Like she'll call me like a pussy.
That's what pissed me off because that's what she did that day with Carolyn and Concrete. You came in here the day prior talking about y'all talking about each other. I don't want to do that. I'm leaving. And then the very next day. The very next day, in case she came in here, she started with Concrete first. She started with Concrete.
She likes doing shit like that. Like she does that with me. She whooping out do anything.
And then she just out of nowhere put Carolyn in it. That was the craziest part. It was out of left field. I did not understand where it came from. I did not know why the fuck she went there.
Doreen, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Okay, that's all that it is. All right, it's Sydney. That's it. When you see adults going like that, that is a big red flag because that is either with the aid of drugs, which is a red flag, or unaided without the help. Or worse, it's unaided without the help.
I thought she was hyper.
You gotta run.
I thought she was hyper because she quit smoking weed. I'm like, okay, I remember when I quit smoking weed, I wasn't that bad, but to a very much milder degree, I probably was irritable and snappy and like hypersensitive. But that shit she doing, that's some like, bitch, are you smoking meth? Like, did you quit smoking weed and pick up meth? I'm trying to figure out because the way that you're acting, even after years of smoking weed, when you quit smoking weed, that shit goes away after a couple weeks. It's maybe the first week, 2, max 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, your hormones and your body chemistry, all that, like your mental should be used to like not having THC to calm you down and not making you like super hyper just like whatever the fuck you would describe that shit that she was doing. Like that, I don't know. I thought the bitch was high on life for a little while. I said maybe she stopped smoking weed and she a little bit high on life. But that life high should have been
high on life lasts like an hour and a half at best, bro. like what are you talking about? High on life lasts an hour and a half at best. You get happy.
Last time I was high on life, damn.
Oh my god.
What did you say, Hagu?
I can't remember the last.
Can't remember the last time I was high on life.
Brother.
No, he's right. High on life highs, they last, but they don't be lasting months like this. This life high been going like at least 2 months.
And also, like life highs, you want to protect them from Clubhouse. Like I never had like a high on life mode and be like, oh, bro, I gotta go to Clubhouse.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, she whoop out. That's like a big red flag. Call it Dory. It's like, no.
She was doing that shit. A lot of that shit she do on purpose. She's being super fucking. That she acting like, okay. Have you seen that? What's that movie called? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
She act like them in that movie.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
You know how they act when they high?
Yeah.
She act like them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just thought that like it was like very like up and downish, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. So how come you said you wasn't there? You wasn't there that day. So what happened that day after she did that? And I still don't know why. I really would like to know why the fuck I brought this up. I really want to know that. But
So it's
go ahead.
Goo.
Thank you. Help me, please.
Wait. They said something about Goo. Hagop said.
Hagop said Goo kicked them out.
Yes, and you're like, yes, I took myself off as admin.
Oh, thank you, Inkin. It reminded me of her kicking me out of her house as admin. Thank you. That's why I brought it up. Because essentially what Goo is doing to Hagop and Red Rum and Oleg is what she did to me. I don't agree with you, or I said something you didn't like, therefore you kicked me out of your house, or you removed me. She didn't kick me out of her house. She removed me as an admin from her house and removed me as a friend because I told her, you're starting shit with Carolyn that I'm going to have to finish, and I would appreciate if you didn't do that no more. The bitch cried and talked, not literally, you know what I mean. She cried and talking about some, oh, I'm not gonna come back to Shilism anymore then since you're upset and blah, 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 all this weird shit. So that thank you, Inkin, you helped me out. That it was because that same shit Goo doing to them, she did to me. But what I was gonna tell Hagop is that day that fucking Pockets did that shit, she left. Just like I said, she started a bunch of shit. Carolyn came on stage, calling her all kind of crackhead whores and bitch you're ugly and all this weird shit, like crashing out on her. What did Pockets do? Is like I said, she left, right? Then Carolyn started putting me in it, talking about other people. Oh, She-Wolf manipulated you and this and that. Then she got this PTR that she took from like this photo, like a photo, either this photo or like another photo from like the same reel when I was snapping a bunch of these pictures like from that same day. She somehow got her hand, and she was blocked. So she either held on to the picture of me or had somebody else go that was friends with me or had a Plus account go through my, because I don't know. I want to know if I block somebody who has a Plus account, can they still see all my PTRs? That's what I want to know. So it could have been that also, because if you block somebody and they can still see all your PTRs, maybe she got it like that. But I don't think so, because when we started beefing, I deleted all of my unfiltered photos, but she might have used this one. This one is filtered, and I kept this one up. Or didn't I? I don't remember. But anyway, long story short, she got a picture of me, and she AI, fucked with it to put fucking Pockets, Intel. The fat black guy is either Kendo or fucking Concrete, and it's a fourth person I cannot fucking think of. It's a fourth person in the picture that they're like my puppets, and I got puppet master strings, and they're hanging from the strings, right? So she posted. She had already had that picture before, but she reposted it the day Pocket started some shit and ran off and left. So exactly like I said, now the bitch got a fucking AI photo up of me, and I didn't say shit. I didn't say a motherfucking thing. The bitch fucking with me, posting AI pictures of me, and I didn't do nothing, just like I told Pockets. So every time I tell this shit, I be having to fucking make sure I don't tell the source, because I promised this person I would never tell who gave me this picture. So somebody back channeled me days before and was like, did you see that picture of Carolyn that she posted? And I'm like, I'm I didn't have Plus no more, and we're not friends. I was like, I can't see her PCR. Send it to me. She had a picture where she must have been like in a restaurant bathroom, and she was like, or somewhere out in a nice bathroom, and she took a picture in the reflection of the mirror. Haga, go through. You know what picture I'm talking about. You seen it?
The one you did with the
post it.
What you saying, kid?
Post it.
Okay.
I got it.
I would tell you just look through my PTRs, but I know you're driving, so I'm not gonna make you do that.
Oh, wait, it's 3 PCRs?
No, I already. Okay, just PTR. Just PTR. I already posted it. So, I'm about to get packed. Yo, they finna come pack me up. Let me delete this shit. Not delete it, because I'm not deleting it until I see that she don't have that AI picture of me in her fucking shit. Then I'll delete this. But it could stay in my PTRs until I get confirmation that she's not posting that on her profile no more. But did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
So Inkin, the picture of me is heavily edited to make me look dirty and ugly with like for people from Chillism hanging from my puppet strings. But on God, Inkin, I could post the original photo that was back channeled to me from her reel of PTRs. I did nothing to this photo but tell ChatGPT to give her a mustache. That's literally how her face looked in the fucking picture. The bitch really thought she could go out with no fucking eyelashes on like that, and the bitch eyebrows is really like that, like a nigga's, because only niggas' eyebrows is that close to their eyeballs, to their eyelids, or whatever you want to call it. Women naturally have higher brows. The bitch brow is giving nigga. Inkin, I swear to God, I can post the original photo that was screenshotted from her PTRs and sent to me. I did nothing to this picture but give her a mustache and put Big Mama Carolyn. I didn't do nothing else to the picture. I actually had to tell ChatGPT to stop fucking with the picture because it was making it not look like her. It was turning her into a white man. I was telling ChatGPT, give her a mustache, and it would give the person a mustache and turn her into a white man, and it wouldn't even look like her. So I had to do it like 3 times till I finally figured, bitch, tell ChatGPT to give her a mustache and don't fuck with nothing else. I was like, don't fuck with the picture at all, just give her a mustache. And then I put Big Mama Carolyn in red words at the top. So, again, the day I did, okay, so this was my 3rd day modded regularly in the room, but they did not mod me until I came back in the room with this picture, because she had my picture up, and I didn't even fuck with her. I didn't say nothing to her, so I didn't say nothing. I left when ChatGPT came back about 10 minutes later with the picture, posted it, started crashing out. Nate instantly fucking starts laughing and mods me, right? Concrete start fucking dying laughing. Everybody's laughing. I'm like crashing out on her in the chat because she's in the goo doing all this. She's in the goo in the chat talking shit to Pockets with this AI picture of me. So I was like, Carolyn, look, like, you could delete the picture and we could stop this shit right now. And the ball's in your fucking court, bitch. Because I'm motherfucking Israel and you're Palestine, bitch. I'ma starve you the fuck out, ho. And if you stop right now, maybe I'll let you fucking live in Gaza. Like, I'm just like eating her up in the chat. Like, bitch, now with a being that she didn't know I fucking had in this room. And I'm like inviting her up. I'm following her. Like, Carolyn, come on, come up. What's up? Again, she never said nothing ever again in this room. She never came up. She didn't say nothing in the chat. The bitch was done. She didn't know I had this photo. To this day, I'm never going to tell y'all who sent me this photo. But somebody, my guardian angel, because that's what I needed, because the bitch had an AI picture of me. And I knew I didn't need to make an AI photo of her. I knew all I needed was a real unfiltered photo of Carolyn, and that was going to end this shit. And it did, and it's been ended. It was so bad when I put, oh shit, did I change this picture? I still had this shit up, I didn't change it? Oh my God. Fuck, I thought I changed it. It was so bad when I posted this that Shy had been got clipped, and she had to go get Shy on a brand new account that she made that day with 0 followers, with 0 friends. She had to go get Shy a new account to come in here and back her up. That's how bad I fucked her up. And Shy, I didn't hear Shy say nothing about it. Like, she just kept on being like, what's going on? Because they all confused, like, I'm a mod now. They don't know where I got this picture from. Like, bitch, it was big. It was bad because she didn't know. Because I wasn't doing like her. The whole time me and them went at it, I was always waiting for them to go to a new low before I did. And I always had my cards hidden. Like, they didn't know, okay, bitch, the moment you go personal about my relationship or whatever, bitch, I'm gonna go personal because I know about all your meta niggas. But I'm not gonna do it first. I'm gonna wait till you do it first because I know you're going to. And I already got the clip loaded on you, bitch. I'm gonna talk about every nigga that you was meta fucking and giving money to and all this. But I'm gonna wait till you cross that line first. You know what I mean? Then, okay, you wanna fuck with people pictures. Cool. Bitch, you didn't know I had that for at least a week, almost 2 weeks. I had that for like almost 2 weeks. Never posted it, never did nothing with it. She came back in here, posting that picture of me as a puppet master, trying to manipulate people, manipulate people that I'm friends with on here in this room, telling them I'm manipulating them, I'm their puppet master. Bitch, don't play with me, because now you're not just trolling me, and you're not just beefing with me, you're trying to tell people that I'm actually cool with, that I'm manipulating and using them. So now since you want to play, and I didn't even say nothing to you, Pockets played in your face. And I told her to stop, and you thought that was your time to be back fucking with me. So I got that picture again that I had sitting in my arsenal for like almost 2 weeks, and I flamed her ass. And she ain't been back on this stage since.
Damn. Isn't that her in the audience though? With like Love Intel?
Huh?
Isn't that her in the audience? Like Love Intel?
Intel not in here.
No, somebody like Love Intel, like their username.
Oh shit. You might be right. You might be right. But she don't know. Actually, no. I think that might be her. Somebody told me that's John Kitover though. But she can sit there.
But doesn't she say that she likes people, like she's like a sapiosexual, somebody who loves intelligence?
I don't know, but that can be her.
Love Intel is following is like concrete, cadence, specifically people that you would consider.
I've heard that it was John Kitover, but I didn't believe that. I honestly didn't believe that. There's one. That person has one replay on their profile. I would attempt to listen to it to see if the person talks, but I actually don't care that much. If it's Carolyn, the thing with Carolyn is, all that time we was going at it, this is what would get her going. She was sitting there, anonymous. I know Inky didn't just leave when I'm talking to him.
I think you went to listen to the replay because I was about to go listen to it.
He could have told me.
Is it Indian?
Yeah, I don't think it's her. I don't think it's